An aide of the former Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal has been remanded in prison for sharing a media content considered offensive to the state governor Ahmad Aliyu. Shaliu Umar was remanded in a correctional facility for allegedly insulting the governor, his wife, and his deputy on a Facebook post. Mr. Umar allegedly shared a video of the governor struggling to construct a sentence in English and also posted Mr. Aliyu's senior secondary school leaving certificate online. A magistrate, Fatima Hassan, barred reporters from covering the court proceedings on Monday. Sir, an aide to the former governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, being that he might have been in the presence of the governor and seeing the governor struggling with his English language, and also went ahead, also not only just posting that video that he took of the governor struggling, and also went to search out for his school leaving certificate and also posted that online in a bid to maybe perhaps embarrass the governor. But the blowback was that the governor had been able to secure his imprisonment while still awaiting trial. What do you say about this? I want to know your point, your opinion on this.
I would rather say it's very unfortunate.
Okay.
It's very unfortunate with the way these young ones behave. You know, the Facebook or the social media, there are people that actually are intelligent. They use that same social media to market their product. And it is not something that you now go and begin to say things about people. Sometimes the orientations of these persons are not adequate. If one might ask, what do you stand to gain if, I don't know, I'm not one of his teachers or his lecturers as the governor might be, or maybe somebody who could witness to his result. So whether he had an F in English or he doesn't have, you know, is inconsequential to me. The Nigeria Constitution has stated that if you have your O level, if you attempt it, you can be the president of this country. Does not really state that you will pass it. So if you now go and say that the person failed this one or passed this one, so it means that there are personal interests. But one is not even certain if he actually did such. Because if he did and posted it, the reason should be why. And within the laws and the Constitution, those acts are lawless. You know, you don't go to abuse people or maybe say some certain things about them without their consent. Maybe he's reacting that way. Sometimes things like this might occur if you're loyal to somebody and maybe the person is fighting with some other person. You believe that you want to prove loyalty by maybe castigating the next person. But sometimes in life, it's not always the case. It's not always the case. Because the aide to Tambuwal cannot be arrested like that and be put in prison because he posted, because he would not want to do some certain things because of his level of understanding. Now, if you're an aide to that person, your act should display the attitude or the conduct of that person. So what he's trying to do, you know, one cannot really understand the purpose. Of course, his legal team there was saying that he pleaded not guilty. So that means either he didn't do it or he did it. That will be left for the court to determine. A case in court is not what you discuss. You don't discuss it, the court will determine it. So one does not have to discuss that issue. But if he did such, he should know that that's not something to do.
But being that, yes, we know that English is not our mother tongue, but definitely we were colonized by the British, and it is expected that for a British colonized territory, we should have a command of English, even if it's at the most rudimentary level.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about English as a spoken language, you talk about politics and politicians, and people growing from the cadres of politics getting to the point of a governor. Should an average governor in Nigeria have average command of English? Or he should, it's permitted for him to struggle through his English language and be a representative of a people, even at the state level?
Well, I want to say communicating in English language does not really prove competence or intelligence. We are Nigerians. In fact, if someone who is competent is, whether higher institution or whatever level of education, is capable of using the pidgin English to respond to those questions that is asked.
If he did that during campaign, and he used the English language to further his campaign, would he have gotten to the position he is in now?
No, that's what we're saying.
Okay.
Sometimes, things might occur. Sometimes there are so many things that happens within the media. Sometimes they can use the media to mess you up. They can use the media to also package you. So, but I'm just looking at it holistically. That even if, while trying to communicate, he was stammering, it's not an issue. If he is stammering with his own mother tongue, it would have been more understanding and interesting to a mind like me. That's why I'm driving to the point to say that no matter the level of education, whether it is in the tertiary institution or whether it's in primary or whatever level, if a question is asked and the person is able to communicate, as long as you're in Nigeria here and you could communicate with our pidgin English, nobody has the right to fail you. You can challenge it. Because our formal way, everyone has L1 and L2. Everyone in the world, the L1 is their mother language, while the L2 is like the, what would you call it? Like with us now is our broken English or pidgin English. While you see that we now that is communicating as the British men here, which ordinarily a lot of Nigerians might not really be understanding what we're saying. Now, we are now driving into either other person's L1 or L2. So the level of understanding of this individual trying to cajole or laugh or try to use it against that person, to me, is also irrelevant. Rather than using those kind of his stammering towards, let it be that it is his mother tongue, either the L1 or L2, that is creating those errors. We must promote this country. We must, as citizens of this country, we have to protect this country at every cost. We have to. So if we begin to look at one person, try to bring down the person for something that is, to me, is irrelevant. You that is even laughing at that person, to me, you're even worse than the situation. Because if somebody is stammering over something, if you think you're more intelligent, you would have gathered the person through to say, oh no, maybe that's how this thing is. So everyone feels comfortable. We must not be comfortable where the other person is strangulated, or maybe the person is frustrated, or the person is suffering. That's the kind of politics some persons wants to engage in.
But was it enough for the governor to move for his imprisonment?
No, if you know, it differs. Are we together?
Yeah. Because he didn't post a fake result of the governor.
No,
he posted a true certified copy.
That's what
also the grammatical errors that were made were really made. So
no, that's what I would not say.
Yes.
I would not say that those results. I did not issue the results. I've not actually gone to check the authenticity of that result. I'm not privy to some kind of things before I could make some certain statements. But what I'm saying is that if the governor feels insulted, humiliated, it's his right. Because if you are with someone, maybe the person is walking and the person's leg, it is true that the person's leg, the person has missed his steps to fall. But it is not also in your position to laugh at that person or to make caricature of that person. We have to build our morals. We have to build our ethics. We have to understand that we must be our brother's keepers.
Even in politics?
Politics
Nigerian
itself.
politics has been characterized by a dog-eat-dog situation.
That's a bad one. It's a bad one. And those thinking towards that directive cannot help the country. If you must have a heart. There are times you struggle. When you struggle, it's like maybe you're looking for money. When you have the money, will you still be looking for money? You have to relax because there is time for everything. If the time you're arguing, you say, no, I will not support you. I will support this person. When that period has passed, all hands should be on deck to wait for the next time. So if you begin to now go and say, yes, even if the result is maybe it didn't pass, he's not the first person that failed. He's not. There are some persons, it is failure that motivates them to success. So even by his acts, it could also motivate the governor to also ensure that he goes to either put those records straight because normally if people write those O levels, if they don't make it, they go to rewrite. So we should not, if he's feeling bad, rather than saying that no, he shouldn't feel bad. No, but rather is to pacify him, to take it a bit easy, and then warn the party who has done that not to do that.
Okay, sir. All right, let's look at this report coming from Independent National Electoral Commission.